TLRD, this is an excellent value for the current sub 630 price. Add an SSD drive, there is a spot to improve performance. The graphics card makes it a solid budget gaming machine at this price point. Annoying things, it asks for a Microsoft sign-in upon booting and it is not obvious how to get around it. If you keep entering wrong stuff, it will eventually give you an option to log on without it to skip it, but it keeps harassing you. Do put a Microsoft logon in. Take off the McAfee trial to speed it up a bit. Did this and put some Intech on for noticeable difference. Specs of interest not listed in Amazon listing. Radeon RX 580 graphics card has one HDMI video out and 3 DisplayPort video out connectors. I had to go dig around, but this has a 400 power supply. Case is about 11 inches tall, 5 inches. See photos with soda can for scale. You can add more RAM, 2 DDR4 2666 DIMM slots for 16 GB each. You can add an SSD, there is M.2 Type 2280, 80mm, slot. Specs for AMD Ryzen 3 2200G, which can be overclocked cores, 4 threads, 4 base clock, 3 5 GHz, turbo clock, 3 7 GHz, C3 0 lanes, 12 key. You may need to spend some time tweaking the settings. This is a good entry-level gaming computer that can also do other tasks well. This is not for hardcore gamers. You cannot game and video process on this machine. The FPS drops to unusable at the same time, but you can do either acceptably well alone. The 8 GB of RAM just cannot keep up with both. The quad-core in the Ryzen 3 2200G is better at gaming than the more expensive equivalent Intel CPU, Intel Core i3-8100, which cannot be overclocked. I am not personally a fan of the vertical CD/DVD players. I hate loading them, but on these smaller do. It is slower to boot than computers with solid-state drives, so you may want to add that. This is currently a very affordable mid-range personal computer with a few nice incentives along the way. Needed to replace my parents' PC as it was becoming a bit dated. The irony is the previous PC was always lacking, even back then. Although my father is not an intensive gamer, many of the pop/web games he plays are actually resource heavy. Not from the GPU, but the actual main components of a computer. I'm finally able to vindicate my previous shopping shortcomings, as the technology has finally leveled out. Click link in description for more reviews.